Okay, so the first one is monochromatic, which means tints and shades of one color, and I gave you a little hint on the paper there. So you just need one color. This one I chose green. I think I probably had some green mixed up. So when I go to paint them, again, you want to start with the lighter color. Obviously, the lighter color would be white. So I'm going to take a little bit of white from over here. And again, I can just mix this on the same little spot. So my brush, I didn't clean it very well. My brush still has a little bit of blue on it. So I'm just gonna get a little bit of this green. I think I can probably re-wet it here. Yeah, there we go. Not too much, not too much. So I think this is gonna be my first one. So you want it to be really light. So it's tints and shades of one color. Tints are colors mixed with white, and shades are colors mixed with black. So I'm just gonna take a little bit more green. But you don't wanna have, I don't wanna mix black in the same spot. It has to be either black or white. So you want it to be significantly different. Oh, that's not nearly dark enough. That's pretty good. As long as it's the same color, you're cool. And actually, I think this little spot that I've been mixing has enough white in it. That could be my middle one. So I do 3 of them. Oh, that's not dark enough. I do 3 with white and 2 with black. There we go, that's better. So again, I've got really just a very little bit of white, or remember I started with white, add a little bit of my color, a little bit more of my color, and then even more. So these 2 I'm gonna do with black, but I can't use these same colors because they have white in them. So I should have made up a little bit more of that green color, but it is what it is. I'll just have to make it again. It was kind of that teal green kind of color. It's my favorite color, by the way. That might be a quiz question. What's Miss Bentley's favorite color? I like blue, I like green, but I really like a bluish, greenish color. Ooh, that's pretty good right there. All right, so now what's gonna happen is when I add a little bit of black, which again, you don't need that much black, it's just a teeny tiny, like I'm just gonna get like a little eye booger amount of black. And it quickly changes that color to a darker version of itself. So that's gonna be my next one. And then a little bit more black. Again, you can't have black and white in the color. Because what happens, and I'll show you after I do this, I'll show you what happens if white was involved. It's basically just gray. I don't know if you guys know that, but black and white make gray. So it's just basically a colored gray color. So that's why you can't use both black and white. So there's my monochromatic, and then yeah, so if I add a little bit of white to that, a little more because that's lighter going to darker. It still is a color, but it's got the black floating around in it that it makes it starts to become a neutral, because I have to show you how to make neutrals too. So there's your monochromatic. Analogous is colors next to each other on the color wheel. So as you're trying to figure out your oranges or whatever these secondary, you can kind of put these in. They're basically next door neighbors on the color wheel. So in this worksheet, we only have 3, but typically there are 4. So you could use these 4. See how they all have red in them, right? They're red, red, violet, violet, and then like a blue violet. So all of these have red. You could do yellow, green, green, blue, green, and blue. All of those will have blue in them. You could use, if you like this kind of side of the color wheel, you can use yellow, yellow, orange, orange, and red, orange. They all have yellow. So that's your analogous colors there. monochromatic. I talked about tertiary and complementary last video. I'll show you neutrals really quick because I've already got my paints. Well, no, I don't want to mess up my paint. Here's your tints. So we did monochromatic, right? Tints and shades of one color. So these are tints. So you got white plus green equals the tints. Again, you can do you can fill in more than one of your square at a time. You don't have to go all at once. Or like in order. Shades are darker values of a color. So the color that I already have mixed up, all I gotta do is add black to it to get my shades. And then cool are your reds and yellow, like think of lava, fire, the sun, all of those warm colors, sunflowers. Cool colors, grass, water, mountains, things like that are your cool colors. So let me show you the neutrals really quick, and then you should be able to do this on your own. So neutrals are, and I even have the little definition there. Neutrals are, oh, I just got paint on my table. Let me wipe that off really quick. Neutrals, no obvious hue created by mixing complementary colors or all three primaries. Same thing. So complementary colors were the red and green, the yellow, orange, and the purple and yellow, or all three primaries. All right, so if I take red, yellow, and blue and mix them together, I will get all of these different browns. You don't want them to be obviously like, oh, that's green, oh, that's red. You want them to look like different shades of brown. So I've got my orange right here. Just add a little bit of water. My brush is kind of dirty with the green. So I could just add a little bit more. Let's see what happens if I add some red. Okay, it's a little too on the red side. So what is the complementary color of red? It's green. And I've got a little bit of green, but it's got black and white mixed. But let's see what happens. I want to get it to that great little brown color. Oh yeah, now I'm kind of losing the redness. Oh, that might be good. Okay. Are you dry yet? Close. Close enough. So there's one. And then I'm just going to use that same little spot to add a little bit more red, a little bit more blue, and a little bit more, I'm sorry, a little more yellow, and a little bit more blue. A little bit more yellow will give me kind of a warmer brown. And hopefully it's showing up on camera as that's a totally different brown. If not, I've got this at school, so if you really want to see it in person, you can. And again, I'm just going to randomly grab a little bit more of that. Notice I'm just mixing this in the same spot. You don't have to make up a completely new color because it's all the same three colors. It's just different amounts of that color. And again, see I'm going outside my lines. It doesn't matter. This is just a little worksheet. It's really getting you practicing mixing color. I mean, obviously don't be a complete slob about it, but it doesn't have to be perfect. Your design that you're gonna do with this information, I'm more concerned with that looking really good, which is why I showed you the how to paint video. Okay, we got some good browns here. All right, let me try a little bit more yellow, a little bit more red. And you guys saw how little paint I put down, and I'm able to do this whole worksheet with just that little bit. So let's try not to be wasteful and just take what we need. I think that's a song. Take only what you need from it. Pick that. You can also, I forgot about this, you can add a little bit of white if you want. Make like a little tan color there. Yeah, get that a little bit lighter. Almost looks like makeup. Okay, so there's your neutrals. We talked about tints, how to make tints. Again, always start with the lighter value, which is white. So start with your white and add your color because you want them to be really light. If you start with your dark color and add the white to it, you're just gonna end up dumping so much white and wasting it. So start with your white and add just a little tint of the color. Your shades are easy. I've already got some colors over here. I can add some black to make my shades, and then your warm and cools. All right, I think that covers your color theory worksheet. Have fun.